So the project that I'm going to show you how to do is making a clay bowl. And after it's fired, now I didn't do a fancy bowl for this project because I was trying to have extra things in case and my hands are a mess. Yours are not going to be this messy, but you can wear a smock if you want. We'll dip our hands in a bucket in the sink because the clay will ruin a sink. So we'll dip those in there and rinse as best we can. So you will not get as messy as me because I've been preparing some clay. But what I like to do is do a clay bowl because when you become in 5th grade, you will be making clay monsters and it'll make this a lot easier. I know some of you have never used clay before. This is white from a bisque firing. When you get your clay, it will look this color, okay? But any stage of clay is going to be fragile. So this is something that I made, like I said, it's nothing fancy. Yours is going to be fancier than mine. And it's going to be like the size of your hand. Okay, and air bubbles are a bad thing for clay, so you do not want air bubbles in your clay. So if you need to, you can toss this around. But you also want to remember, the more you mess with your clay, chances are you're going to dry it out. And you want to roll it on the table and create on your paper. And I don't have any paper back here. I always forget something when I do a video. So you're going to have a ball shape. You're going to do it as best you can, okay? Get a ball shape, and you have this pink sheet that you're going to have for your own. It says clay pinch pot, and I'll probably have a video that I'll find and show you along with this one because I like for you to see multiple ways to learn something. And the first thing you do is number 1, roll your clay into a ball. I did. Number 2, now it says gently push my thumb or finger into the center. What I like to say is the hand that you write with should be empty, and the hand that you don't write with, you're holding the clay. Then you're going to take your thumb and you're going to stick it down in the center. Now, you do not want to stick it all the way through because you won't have a bowl. So you stick it all the way down in the center, and then it's kind of like you have a plum, okay, on your thumb. Then it says number 3, press way down to the bottom, but not through to the bottom. So I keep it in my hand. That's how I taught the monsters. Then it says using my thumb and fingers, gently pinch. Now, you do not want to have a teeny tiny little pinch. You want to actually have it go all the way. See how my finger's on top of that clay, and I'm pinching and turning, pinching and turning, pinching and turning, pinching and turning, pinching and turning. Oh, I pinched too much. That's okay. Pinch and turn. And it's a bowl. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now you're going to have these ribs on the side of it, which is fine. And something that they suggest is to gently press it on. Well, I don't think it says it on there. Let me see. Number 1, gently turn the clay and gently pinch it, which we already did. Number 6, flatten the bottom. So see, you can do that by flattening the bottom. And you go back and repinch it. Now, something that we use a lot for clay is SSPS, is what I like to call it. And I have a poster. I forgot to bring it over here. S is slip. Let me grab some slip. Slip is watered down clay. And so see, this is my picture of watered down clay. Okay, and you'll have a bowl in the center of your table. And S is to slip. That means you just dip your finger in it and pick up my bowl here. And now it's cracked a little bit, and just a little bit. Smooth it out, okay? You don't want to get clay too wet because then you'll have a sloppy mess. So now it's nice and smooth. And, oh, I got a little bit here. See, I'm going to smooth that out. And there is your bowl, and that's pretty much it. Now, what makes this fun, oh, SSPS, I'm sorry, when you're adding things, we're basically going to use the slip. S is slip. Okay, so S is score, is where you scratch it. We're not going to have to do any of that. Slip is where you dip it in the watered down clay, which we will use for the bowl. And then press and smooth, you won't have to do that because you're not adding anything. But like I said, this is a lead into your 5th grade project. So I'm going to put this back over here. Then what you're going to do is you have different kinds of tools. And when you're an artist, you need to remember that these tools are only used properly because if we use these and hurt somebody with them, you won't get to do clay in my room. Okay, you always have to be responsible. That's one of the 3 R's. So you might have one of these little boards. I'm not sure how many I have. And you can set it on there and set it on your paper. And I have a whole pile of texture things that you can use. You can actually, oh, these are something else. These are just little, it's kind of a rubber thing. It's a stamp. If you want to, you're going to have your finger on the inside. You can it's kind of tricky though. Press it in there, okay, kind of hard, there, is a little symbol. It's kind of would be hard to just do it all the way around because then you misshape your bowl. But you can come back in with your toothpick and you can make a pattern of dots. Maybe you want to have a diamond. See how I'm just doing 4 dots? And we also have our art binders, sorry, that you can get out and look at the lines and patterns that we talked about. So maybe I'm just going to go in and do a simple 4 little dots to make a diamond. Okay. Maybe you want to use the edge. You know, we've talked about different types of lines. Maybe you want to use the edge of your toothpick and create a pattern going this way. You could use these little beads. Set those in, you know, you have to press them in. Okay. Very gently. See, I have my finger on the inside and finger on the outside so it won't collapse. Then when I pull it out, there, I have little bumps. So you're going to get to create what you want. We have buttons. You know, if you want to use a button, like I said, the same thing. I press my finger on the inside, hold it very gently so it doesn't smush that side down, and there's my button on my bowl. And then we're going to paint these after they go through firing. The first firing is a bisque. So that is going to be your project. And like I said, be creative. If you want to draw something first, I'll see if I can find some more. Oh, look at this one. It's a bird. I will see if I can find some more things to make texture with. Okay. And that is how you make a clay bowl. And then, like I said, we'll fire it. And then it will take 5 to 10 days to dry. I like to dry it on the safer side, you know, make it longer to dry. And then you'll have it back. It will be white. And it will get painted and then sealed with Mod Podge.